Okay, the reason I'm making this video is I've seen a lot of people give advice on your end game farms or even your mid game farms that are so bad. So I'm going to give my rundown on what I think the three bases that you should have are. Where they are can vary depending on where you prefer to build a base, really. There is no best spot, but the things that we need balls, right? So we need fragments, we need ingots, we need carbon, we need cement, we need palladium, refined ingots, carbon, cement again. These balls, I mean, if you're going to, they're good to have kicking around, but at end game you don't really need them. And out of all the weapons and everything in the game, the rifle is the one that is the best for fine tuning. You're not using any of the other weapons at end game because your pals are doing all the damage. So everything we need is being made. The flour, our cakes, our charcoal, or our refined ingots. This one goes back and forth. We got cakes. We have all the food in the world being made. And then we have our pal ingots over here. So the pals that we have in here and what they're for. So this one here is for our refined ingots or our charcoal. This one is for always on our pal ingots. This one is on our food. This one's making cakes. This one's on the grinder. This one's on the crusher. And this one's doing our farms. This one's planting our farms. These two here are keeping up with our electricity. These three here are doing our handiwork. Sometimes they have nothing to do if we're not making anything, but we're always making something. This little guy here, I mean, you can pick and choose what you want, but I picked him because he's cute, he's small, he stays out of the way, and he keeps our fridge cold all the time. We have our two here that are our harvesters. It says gathering. Gathering doesn't really exist in this game. It's actually harvesting. That's all they do is harvest our farms. And these two here just bring the stuff from our farms, but obviously to our chests. So our fridge is always good. Our electric is always good just with those two guys. And the reason we pick these pals is because they're one-shot ponies, right? They do their job. They only do fire. They only do water. They only do handiwork. They only do transporting. They only do gathering. He only does, I know I'm repeating myself, sorry. He only does his job. So he's not going to be off, doing handiwork and then we run out of power. These are the pals that I've I nerded out, and these are the best pals for the job, in my opinion. You might have another one. So I'm just going to go over them all quickly so you can see their names. And then we're going to go to our other base. I'm not making no list. I'm not posting nothing. You want to, emulate a bit of this base, that's fine. So the number one thing is we now need, good morning, everybody. We now need our cake stuff, right? So let's go over to our cake farm. And this will be a little quicker because I'm not going to explain everything again. So we have our eggs, we have our milk, we have our honey for our cakes. We have our gatherer who's going to pick up from our farms. We have our waterer. We have our planter. That's all we need at this particular farm. But what we really need is a lot of transportation. I might flip this guy out and add one more transportation, which I actually probably should do. But I'll do that later. So in this farm here, I've recently come here and grabbed all the stuff, but all we need is a little bit of food and guys just grabbing all this stuff and throwing it in here. So I've recently brought the eggs over and a little bit of the honey, but you can see like milk is pouring out of here. This base you can build anywhere in the world. I'm going to go back to my original base and I'll show you why I picked that particular place at the end when after we go do the tree base. So that takes care of cakes, right? Oh, it's down here. I apologize. Right here. So, and this base here is where we're going to get our ore, our rock, and our lumber. So the pals that we have here, ideally we could go with 6 astegons all across here, or you could go with 5, 3 lumberers. You can intermix your lumberers and your miners. So I got these two guys here. All they're doing is cutting down trees. They do nothing else. I'm repeating myself. I know. This guy here, even though he does frost and mining, it doesn't matter because there's nothing here to cool. Same as this guy. Actually, I have this one here particularly for a reason because sometimes I'll make second ingots here. And all this guy does is mine. So If you have a base and you have other things going on that you're not quite just want a whole mining base, have 6 of this guy or an intermix of these two here. Again, this guy here is doing all the watering for our farms. This guy's doing our planting, and then these two here are doing our harvesting. It says gathering. Again, gathering is a mistranslation, I believe. It should be harvesting. They only pick your crops and drop them. They will not bring your crops anywhere. They just harvest them and drop them on the ground. And then these 6 guys here are doing all of our gathering because it's a pretty big base because of the spawns of all of our ores are all over the place. So these guys here, you can see the second that they make it, like it goes 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. That's because they're just constantly getting picked up by our transporters. Our wood over here, I mean, it's just insane the amount of wood that these guys make. Because this is all they do is wood. Right? And then when I'm ready to breed, I'm actually going to put 3 breeding farms in here. Breeding is the next thing that I'm going to do. But you can see, like, we're piling up with cakes. We have 213. We could probably make another 200 with the materials that we have back at the base. The reason why I picked this base location is because nothing can attack us from here. When I close the door, everything that comes to attack us comes up here, and I'll just drop a POW right here, and it kills everything the second they come to raid us. So that is the 3 bases. I'm going to go back to my other base because there's 2 things I want to explain about why I picked this base location and why I think it works really well and it might be something you consider. So we're taking care of everything except for coal, right? But what I'll do is every couple hours of gameplay, I'll just come out right here and I'll gather all this coal, right? So there's tons of coal here, depending how you have your game settings, depends on how much coal you're going to get. But I don't need a coal farm. I've never run out of coal. I'll just come out here and I'll get our coal. And again, I'll scroll out so you can see this location. So coal is not an issue and it's never an issue. So the only other 2 things that you might need is, you definitely need sulfur, right? So if you need sulfur, you don't need a sulfur farm because there's just not enough use for sulfur. I mean, there is, but you don't need a whole farm for sulfur or build a base for sulfur. Right here, fast travel here. And you do this once every couple days, once every couple hours, depending on how much you play, whatever. Literally right here. This is not the location I was thinking of. I was thinking of this location. Oh, hot. Or something is not right. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry, guys. It is this location. I travel so much, and it shows you how little I actually have to come here. So I'll show you again on the map, but all the sulfur in the world you need is right here. Come up here, and you got your 6 nodes. You don't need a farm for it. You don't need to be waiting, because you need so much stone that you need a farm just for stone. Like, I ran out of stone. That's how much stone you need, and you don't need a base just for this. If you can magically find a spot on the map where you get sulfur and all this stuff, let me know. That'd be great. So I apologize it took 3 times to get here, but I missed I didn't see the little mining thing on here. So again, this is the best place to come for that. Now, the only other farm that I see people saying that they need is a quartz farm. So this area right here, I get enough quartz just running up here and hitting this quartz thing, right? And then if you follow up this trail right here, you'll find 4 or 5 other quartz trails. And this I do, I don't know, like once every 10 game hours that I play to come get quartz. Because I just find that I don't need a lot of quartz. I don't need to set up a quartz farm. Again, I need the rock, I need the lumber more than anything. And I need my guys busy doing that. So let's just go back to this base here. And again, so that covers everything we need from endgame, right? You know, let me think. Is there anything else I should add to that? No. So we've covered our cakes, we've covered our bullets, we've covered our ingots, we've covered. The reason why you need so much stone is because it makes your palladium fragments. The reason you need so much wood is it makes your charcoal, right? So that's why you need those two bases, and you need that stuff in such an access that I don't think having a quartz or a sulfur or a charcoal base is needed, especially if you make your one of your bases here. It doesn't matter which one, whichever one you feel like making here. I've never been attacked here. There's never been a raid here. And I'm sure there's plenty of places like this across the map. But like I said, I picked this one because I can just pop out and get that coal every once in a while. I hope this video has helped anybody. I've seen so many bad so much bad information given out. That's why I decided to make this video. I know not a lot of people are going to watch it. I thank the people that did. But yeah, thank you.